Hey Libras, welcome to your winter solstice reading, where we'll take a peek at what's ahead for you for the next 3 or so months. We're going to start first by pulling a couple of oracle cards just to see what energy is surrounding this reading for you guys. And the first card that we came out is Cycle, Decrease. And let's pull another and see what other energies are surrounding this reading for my Libra collective. Oh, Lord. Okay, we have Supermoon. Emotions are running high. You know, I love my Libras. You all are the scales. You all are supposed to be about balance. But somehow, I always find my Libras being entangled in some stuff that is like, bruh, you see, this is not balanced. This is absolutely not balanced. And I'm a Libra sun, so I'm right there with you. I understand. But decrease and emotions are running high. It feels as though there are some things that you probably should let go of that you may have been holding on to just a little bit too long. It almost feels as though it's upsetting your balance. And so this, in terms of decrease, it could literally be you need to decrease the people that you are around, that you are spending your time, energy, and I think for some of you, your money on. But I also think that for a lot of my Libras out there, there needs to be a lowering of the expectations that you have helped other people set for you. So making sure that you set those boundaries, because it feels as though for a lot of Libras out there, there has become this expectation where you are basically an emotional landfill, where people can kind of come dump their stuff on you and then roll off into the sunset like nothing ever happened. And it leaves you feeling some type of way because now you've absorbed all of their energy and they're feeling light as a damn feather because they've unloaded all of this emotional baggage onto your front porch. And so while you're sitting up there trying to figure out, like, should I put this in storage? Like, should I take this out to the, like, what do you want me to do with this? They're like, oh, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm good now. Thank you so much, Libra. And so I feel as though a lot of the challenges that you have had up until this point has maybe been you not setting better boundaries. When you have people around you who all they want to do is complain, all they want to do is just kind of use you, again, as an emotional dumping ground, I think for the sake of preserving peace and trying to be balanced and reasonable, you let them do that, but it's left you in not a great place, especially not compared to where they are now that they're fancy free from all that was weighing them down. So, you know, this is the time for you, I think, Libras, to check in with your emotional self and figure out what it is that you can do to make sure that you maintain your own balance while having good relationships with others. And this could be in terms of friendships. It could be in terms of romantic relationships. It could be in terms of your work, you know, not having coworkers or your boss constantly dumping things in your lap and expecting you to take care of it when you know that you don't have the bandwidth to do so. So sort of setting those parameters for what's comfortable for you, but also okay for the other person. It's those scales, right? It's finding that balance. So getting into some tarot, let's take a peek at your winter solstice season overall. We have the Page of Cups to start. So pages are really messenger cards. They are indicators of something small. They're not fully grown. They're not moving very quickly. They're not knights, they're not queens, they're not kings, they're apprentices. There are people who are still learning. There are situations that are still evolving. It's a little something. And so I think with the Page of Cups, you are in a place over the next 3 months to really start reevaluating about who it is that you give your energy and emotion to and how much of that you actually give to that person. So I think that there's going to be a little bit of a dialing back. It's no longer going to be a Libra free for all. It's going to be you very much picking and choosing who is in your circle. And we have that clarified by the Three of Coins in reverse. So the Three of Coins upright is about working together. It's about teamwork. It's about partnership, collaboration. And so again, with the Page of Cups here and the Three of Coins in reverse, I think that you are going to start being very, very particular about who you collaborate with, who you give your time and energy and space to. And everybody does not have a ticket for admission to the Libra Fun Park. I feel like that's where you are. Like, yeah, I can give you 5 minutes of my time. But what we're not going to do is spend 3 hours on the phone with you whining about your life and your circumstances. Like, I can no longer do that. So, looking at your relationship, looking at your love life, we have the World. And this is nice because, well, I guess depending on which side of the fence you sit on, but the World is really representative of the ending of one chapter and the start of another. It's that sort of cycle that we see, you know, with the world, like the sun rises, the sun sets, the season comes, the seasons go. And so this is the turnover. This is a beginning. It's an ending. Let's see if we can clarify that a little bit more for you. But the one thing that we do have, that we do know, is that the world is indicative of change. And so, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, Libras. We have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups to clarify. So, what I'm feeling from these cards that just came out is that with the World, there is an ending of a cycle and a beginning of a new one. And because the Ten of Wands popped out first, when it comes to your romantic life, this burden that you have been carrying, this angst, it feels as though that cycle is ending. And you are coming into one that is much, much happier with the Ten of Cups. So Libras out there, and I feel like this message is for the Libras that have been burned. Not once, not twice, but probably, 4, 5, 10 times before you sort of learned your lesson and set your boundaries. I think that you approaching things and preserving your energy and protecting your peace is going to create an environment where you're able to let go of past romantic situations that didn't work, that weren't balanced, that weren't in your best interest. And you're going to create space for a much healthier relationship to come into your life. That you are now in a place where you can truly welcome happiness instead of worrying about whether or not this other person's needs were met before your own. So good for you, Libra. Let that burden go. Lay it on down. Lay it on down. Now, looking at your finances. Oh, okay. We have a couple that came out here. We have the Two of Wands in reverse clarified by the Seven of Wands upright. So these are very interesting cards because the Two of Wands really sort of represents an inflection point where someone is trying to figure out whether or not they stay where they are or if they take the chance to sort of go out and explore what the world has to offer. Now, the Seven of Wands is a defensive card. It's someone who is fighting for what it is that they believe in. So when it comes to your finances, Libra, I don't see you over the next 3 months making any sudden changes or dramatic changes. What it does feel like is that you are defending your position. So if you have started a business of some sort, this is you not getting discouraged by, say, not seeing the type of growth that you wanted to see, but this is you doubling down on the effort that you're putting in, maybe doing things a little bit differently, maybe putting a little bit more creativity, partnering with other people, but this doesn't feel like you are abandoning whatever it is that you've been working on in terms of making money. This very much feels as though you are like, it's almost like, I guess in football, you know, when they're like trying to protect somebody, they like kind of dig in and they put their shoulder down and they just like, I don't know, they charge somebody. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It feels as though you are protecting what it is that you wanted to build, what it is that I think you're passionate about, what it is that you started out doing it. This is not an energy of abandoning something. It's like, no, I don't need to change to anything else. I just need to focus on what it is that I've been working on. So when it comes to your money, to your streams of income, if there's a way for you to, you know, approach it differently, collaborate with someone else, I don't feel like this is a time for you to just completely up and walk away from it. It seems like there's a lot of potential, but you're just going to have to put your back into it. So, challenges that may be ahead for you over the next few months. We have the King of Swords clarified by the Star in reverse. So the King of Swords upright is a very blunt energy. They're right up there with the Queen of Swords. This is someone who speaks their mind. They have no issues doing so. They're very, very less emotional, more intellectual, more thoughtful about things, even if their message comes out a little bit harsh. And we also have the Star in reverse. So the Star is really about wish fulfillment, you know, wishing upon a star, all of that good stuff. So I feel like your challenges going forward over the next 3 months, and I think that a lot of this is related to your finances more so than your romantic relationships. But getting, you know, there's a potential, I think, for you Libras to get a little bit discouraged about the progress or maybe lack thereof that you're seeing in terms of increasing your financial wealth, of bringing in more money to yourself. And I do think that there are going to be some people out there who try to, quote, give you a reality check on what it is that you're doing. And I think that that's more applicable to both your love life and your finances. But I do sense that there's going to be a need for you to sort of stand your ground against any naysayers. I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for you to sort of push back against people who want to use you as a dumping ground. And also at the same time, when it comes to your money, keep pursuing what it is that you've been led to. Even if things seem a little bit, you know, stale, like they're not moving in the direction that you want to, there's going to be a need for you to push through. So you have a little bit of work on both sides in terms of your relationship and money. And again, it's not insurmountable. It's going to be a function of you being able to find your balance and set those boundaries that are appropriate for you. Now, what's going to flourish in this winter solstice season? Wow. Okay, Libra, your cards are very chatty today. We have the Ace of Wands upright. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. And we also have the Four of Swords in reverse. So Libra, you are moving forward. What's going to start coming out of this as you call back your energy in from people who have been just siphoning it off for a long time? It feels as though you're going to sort of get your second wind, that you're going to be reinvigorated by what you've been working on, the new direction that you're headed in, the new love that looks like it's coming in for you, working a little bit more, you know, diligently on your business or your career or whatever this is that brings your money in. There's a lot of action and a lot of energy that's in here. So with this Page of Wands in reverse, again, pages are apprentices, right? They're still learning, they're still growing, they're still trying to figure things out. And so I think that that awareness is coming into you. having this card in reverse, it's like, okay, I've learned. I think I got it now. I think I understand. And that fire is going to be reignited and you're ready to move. So that's what's going to blossom as we come out of these long days and come back into the sunlight and warmth. That's what's going to be on the plate for you, Libra. This almost energy burst. Like if you're running a marathon and it's like you're getting tired halfway through and then like 3/4 of the way through, and then you just get this burst. It's like, oh my God, I'm almost there. I got this. And then you start kicking and it's like you are rolling. You are absolutely rolling. So a card to represent your personal growth, we have the Chariot in reverse. Now, the Chariot, when it's upright, is typically about forward movement. It's about progression. And so given all of the other cards in this spread for my Libra collective, I do not feel like that you're not going to move at all. But we have the Lovers in reverse. I do think that when it comes to your relationships that you have had, that you are going to look at them differently, that you are going to sort of acknowledge what's there, your feelings, what you're giving versus what you're getting. And I think that you are going to be able to put the brakes on things that you know are not going to work for you. And so I think as a matter of your personal growth, going with decrease and being able to sort of control your emotions, that you are now going to be in a better place to understand that some people you simply cannot move forward with, that there is going to be no progression. If you're constantly giving more than you're getting, it's time to dead that. And I think that based on your experiences, you have become aware of that. You have sort of stepped into that level of understanding where you're okay with stopping things that you know are not good for you. So lots of growth, lots of potential, lots of balance to be found with my Libra collective. That's what I got for you guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you on the next one.